literally would want to ask you, how is Nigeria from the eyes of a civil society organization expert? Like, what is happening?
Well, I think we're asking the same questions as well. What's happening? Nigeria seems to be in turmoil right now. Prices of foodstuff is skyrocketing. Inflation has moved from 21 to 22 and above, running up, and it's projected that it's even going to get higher. And we had even projected that going by the removal of fuel subsidy without attendant measures to cushion the effect, on the citizens. And then the government is also coming up with a lot of taxes, even when executive orders are put forward the doomsday, so to speak. Not that we shouldn't pay taxes, but we must be careful with taxes such that it doesn't boomerang on the economy, because when there are too much taxes to pay, then disposable income in the hands of citizens is reduced. And when there's reduced disposable incomes, it affects businesses in turn, because people would cut off on a lot of things that they usually would buy, and that would affect those businesses, especially leisure businesses, hospitality businesses. Those kinds of businesses will quickly go underground. The tendency would be for businesses to now downsize, so you see the vicious circle of improper imposition of taxes, and where there are no effects to be productive. What you need to do with the economy is to find ways of boosting production, and yet you're coming up with taxes to further hamstrung the few businesses that are trying to produce one thing or the other. So it's a confused state right now for the nation. While we were still looking at that, there's a price increase of petroleum, of petrol. From 550 or thereabout to 617. Right now it's going for 645, 650 in parts of the country. Immediately that announcement was made. And you want to ask yourself, if the market has been deregulated, if subsidy has been removed and market forces are at play, is it the place of the NNPC to announce price hikes? Is it not the market that should determine? I go, I import, I come and sell as I import. Should the NNPC be telling me how to sell, what price to sell? Should the NNPC be telling citizens what price to buy? So if you continue with what you were doing when you said you were doing, you were giving subsidy. Now you've removed subsidy, you're still fixing prices. Who does that? And you're saying it's market forces at play. If market forces would be at play, it's not the place of the NNPC to announce. And so I don't know where they are taking this country to, but I hope that what I am seeing, the upheaval that may happen, they can move quickly to curtail it. In the face of that, it seems the government becomes so insolent to the citizens of the country, and you're talking about giving 8,000 naira to 12 million households. 12 million households. The average household of 6 persons are giving 8,000 naira a month. 8,000 naira a month for 5 people. 8,000 naira is not enough for 5 people to eat for one day, and you're giving that in a month, and you're patting yourself on the back that you are intervening, that you're giving palliatives. How about take that money and ensure that there's transportation? How about take that money and work on the agricultural value chain so that there will be food production? How about take that money and work up on the issues of security so that people can go to farm? The reason why tomato and other vegetables are that expensive is because those who produce it can't go to the farms. In Plateau State and the environment, in the Middle Belt, where they farm for those things, all right? In Benue State, they can't go to farm anymore. You get your major supply of yams from Benue State, so they can't they go to farm. People have been killed daily, all right? And then you are saying you are giving 8,000 naira palliative. I mean, what, is Nigeria such a joke? Can governance be such a joke? I mean, this is the man that has been touted that he has done it before. He has done it before. And now there he is. And the arrogance with which he goes about this approach, failed approach to governance, is even baffling. So the country is in turmoil right now. Economically, we are in turmoil. Politically, we are on turmoil. In turmoil, sorry. and things are just topsy-turvy, all right, as it were. And more people are sliding into poverty as it is right now. Within the first 1 month of this administration, more persons have slid into poverty, and things are looking quite bleak economically and even politically. All right.
We are having the president tell Nigerians, because even on the front pages of our papers this morning, he has said, let Nigerians, just temper justice with mercy, suffer a little bit, because in the next couple of months, maybe running into another year, the conversation is going to be different. And then some people have the opinion that, without intense shakeups, we cannot get the stability that we need as
absolutely. I mean, you can't be telling Nigerians to buckle their belts, and you aren't buckling your belts. You can't be telling Nigerians that things are going to get tough, and you're giving 70 billion to the National Assembly. To do what? You're giving 35 billion to the judiciary, with whom you are on trial. All right? How will people see that? Why would you give 70 billion to people who are already earning between 13 million a month and 29 million a month? And you are giving them 70 billion. They are coming back to say, no, it wasn't palliative or whatever. If we with the cost of governance, with the state of the economy, with our huge debt profile, with the fact that we cannot even service our debts, all right, properly, and we don't have enough money to invest in infrastructure, you are giving 70 billion, to people. Why don't you reduce governance, reduce and tell them, look, let's manage with what you have. Okay, you need to renovate your offices. Okay, here is 20 billion to do that. If you divide 70 billion by 466 members of the National Assembly, that comes to about 140 million per person.
Yes.
To renovate offices. Are you kidding me? And he's even mooting the idea of having 42 ministers. When we are saying governance the governance is expensive, it's too bogus, and you're talking about getting 42 ministers, and those ministers will come with aids that will be paid from our tax money, money that would have been used to build roads, money that would have been used to provide stimulate the economy in terms of providing access to needed credit, boosting the agricultural sector, ensuring that people can move about freely and do their businesses, ensuring that the power sector is running so that people can run their businesses. The reason why things are that expensive is because it's expensive to run a business. You can't even, it's cheaper and more profitable for businesses to import things. That's why we are importing everything in Nigeria. And we are importing employment to other nations. Whereas if we can produce here, the things that we can produce here, then we create employment. And then what that does is that you have more people who would pay taxes, and you have more revenue to do other things. But now, all of that, our economy has been exported by importing the things that we're importing, as little as toothpicks and stuff like that, because it's more expensive to run industries here that will produce that.